After watching Unknown Number, the High School Catfish, we all had questions about Kendra Licari's mental health. Some people believe she's a narcissist, or simply that she's a bad mom, or this is a case of cyber Munchausen syndrome. While I believe there are definitely elements to support all three of those, based on the behaviors described in the Netflix documentary and upon further research of my own, through articles and other sources, I believe Kendra Licari may have a personality disorder. Obviously, I don't know her, nor is she a client of mine, so this is strictly based off of the information that I have researched. It's clear to me that she could potentially meet the criteria for histrionic personality disorder. Now, many people have never even heard of personality disorders, or they're so familiar with the common ones like bipolar personality disorder or even narcissistic personality disorder. But histrionic personality disorder, or HPD, is characterized by excessive emotionally and attention-seeking behaviors. And they typically manifest in one of these ways: feeling discomfort when the center of attention is not on you. We've seen Kendra do that. Having seductive behavior. We've seen how she was talking to those children via text messages. Rapidly shifting emotions. Using physical appearance to draw attention. Using vague speech. Having theatrical displays of emotion, like being team too much or overly dramatic. Being easily influenced. And believing her relationships are more intimate than they actually are. Outside of Kendra Licari's mental health condition, I did another review video reacting to my initial feelings about the documentary after I watched it for the first time. You can check it out here. I'll put it somewhere on the screen and put it in the description. But while we're here, it has come to my attention that only 4 to 5% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed to my channel. I need for us to get that number way up. So it would mean the world to me if you simply just press that subscribe button if you are enjoying this video or any of my other content, because it truly does help me to create content like this for you guys every single week. Now let's get back to it. So the first thing in regards to Kendra is this excessive need for attention and validation. She seemed desperate for attention, and that is a primary and a main characteristic of HPD. Those who experience this personality disorder typically engages in very dramatic behaviors so they can consistently be the center of attention. But what Kendra did was she created this crisis, and then that way she can come in to be the hero, position herself as the loving, caring, and concerned and present mother, and even the victim a little bit, which earned her a lot of sympathy and support from those in her community. That includes school officials, the police, staff at the school, and so on and so forth. And the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the manipulation of relationships here. Kendra's actions, obviously because she cyberbullied her own daughter, caused a major rift in a lot of her relationships, especially the one between her daughter Lauren and her boyfriend at the time, Owen. And because this manipulation and the text messages and all of those things were happening, it isolated her daughter a little bit and separated her, allowed Kendra to control the situation, because obviously her daughter was running to her for the support and the love that she needed during this difficult time in her life. This dependency that her daughter Lauren had for her was this self-serving narrative that allowed Kendra to maintain her role as the vital person in her daughter's life. And we don't even have time to talk about how she manipulated her husband by lying about having a job and lying about the income and lying about their housing and all different types of things, which caused obviously a huge rift in her marriage and other familial relationships as well. And actually we can talk about that now. I changed my mind, because we're going to talk about the deceit and the drama that comes with this. This wasn't just a one-time incident or a one-time mistake. You don't do something like this for almost 2 years and it be a one-time mistake. This is a pattern of ongoing behavior. And it wasn't just the long-running cyberbullying from her daughter, but it was also those lies about her marriage and the finances and her employment and how that impacted her family and their livelihood. There was constantly this drama of something happening. In the additional article that I read from Cut, it talked about how she gained sympathy from family members because she would lie about things happening with their home and, you know, renovations happening with their home, and this is why this is happening, this is why they had to move, and this, that, and so on, was because she was lying and being deceitful, but she was trying to gain that sympathy from other people while also trying to cover up her lies, which eventually broke her family and her marriage. And the next thing that we have to talk about is clearly this lack of self-awareness and a sense of reality. Because those who experience HPD doesn't have the self-awareness, which also comes with emotional intelligence, or the ability to take personal accountability for their actions. Because not once did we hear her say, you know what, I am so sorry that this happened. I should not have done that. This was a horrible mistake. She basically put her actions and tried to make it similar to everybody else and normalize her behavior and say, well, we've all done things that were wrong or inappropriate or illegal, and people drive drunk all the time. And it's like, ma'am, you are trying to merge two different things that are completely separate. And what she did was she made excuses for her behavior. That showed me that there is a severe disconnect between her actions and how those actions have impacted other people. So then she kind of framed herself as the victim, right? Oh, I went through childhood trauma. Oh, I'm experiencing mental health issues. And I'm not trying to minimize her trauma, but she made herself a victim instead of taking that accountability and taking ownership of the lives that she basically destroyed. And the fifth thing that we have to talk about is seeking sympathy through sickness. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about cyber Munchausens or Munchausens by proxy, and I don't think that's a wrong diagnosis. Even though we don't use Munchausen syndrome anymore, we actually call it factitious disorder. In those cases of Munchausens or factitious disorder, you would try to gain sympathy for yourself. For example, you lie about having cancer so you can get love, support, attention, and financial resources. But in this case, it wasn't about a physical illness. It was about a psychological and an emotional sickness here. It was like she was able to step in as the compassionate, loving, caring, informed mother and get sympathy from other people from the problem that she created. Honestly, this was a chilling example of how this kinds of behavior can manifest itself in a digital world, in our social media world, in our technology-driven world. You just never know what's going on with your teens, and that's why it's important to be as actively involved in your child's life, because you never know what can be said to them or done to them behind your back that could be impacting them in other ways. So if you're a parent, please make sure that you are alert, and if you are a parent, please don't ever do anything like this to your child as well. Before we end, please do not forget to check out this video right here where I share my initial reactions about this documentary.